Welcome along to my van tour of my 2014 Transit Custom self-build camper conversion. So the van started life as a normal panel van, and over the period of 7 weeks we've now converted this to a full-on Transit Custom camper. We open up the door and we take a quick look inside the van. First thing to note is that we have installed Altro flooring. We have also fully insulated and carpeted all of the panels in the van, as well as the carpeting of the roof lining as well, including LED spotlights. We've included a full rock and roll bed, which goes out into a double bed. We step into the van now. You can see that we have our units, and these were MDF units that came in flat pack form, and we've painted the MDF units in a lovely grey colour to match the colours of the van. We've installed a JKF 50 12 volt compressor fridge. This has a 42 litre capacity, got a nice little lock on the door to keep all of our food exactly where we need it. We've also installed a SMEV 9222, which includes the double gas burner hob. And then over here on the right hand side we have our sink unit, and the sink has been installed with a micro switched tap, so that just folds away nice and neatly when it's not in use. Moving around now just to take a quick look with the matching cushions of the rock and roll bed. And over on the side of our cupboard units here, we've got our 12 volt control panel with LED lighting, and the LED lighting moves to the top of the cupboards, the underside of our shelves, and also under the lip there just above the fridge. And we've also got lighting on top of our cupboards as well. We've also now got switches for our spotlights, which are in the roof liner, and these are also controlled with a remote control as well, so when we're lying in bed we can switch these off without getting out of bed. We've also got a switch here for our micro switch tap, so this is on a micro switch pump, so as soon as the electric's on we get the pump and the water coming through our tap, and that folds away. Moving down now just to have a quick look under the sink unit. We've got our cupboard, some great storage on the side of the door there that works really well. We've got our 2 containers for our grey water and also our fresh water supply, as well as our camping gas, which will then supply our gas hob at the top. Just quickly looking to the front of the van, we've also installed a rear view mirror camera, and that's permanently on rear view for us. Had 2 windows installed, so we have the slider on this side, which is above the cooking unit, so we can get our fresh air. We also have a television bracket, which is fitted to the rear of the headrests. As we move around to the back of the van now and we open up the doors, on the right hand side you can see we've got our cupboard, our wardrobe on the side, and we've also got the table which is attached to the rear of the door, along with some handy netting for storage. Other barn door, you've got our storage there at the top, which is where we keep our television when it's not in use. And we've also built in this neat little foldable table, which is known as the gin table. Moving around now to have a quick look inside of our wardrobe. This is where we have all of the electrics for the van, both the 12 volt side and also the 240 volts as well. What we've also put in here is some little handy touch operated LED lights, so we've got light into the actual cupboard for the electrics. In terms of the electrics, we've got our CTEK DC charger. We also have our consumer unit for the 240, a smart battery charger, the back of the 12 volt control panel, isolator switch, and all of the wiring in there as well. And that closes away out of use. You'll also see we've made this custom rear panel, because when we fit the floor, you can see it looks a little bit rough, and the standard Ford unit didn't fit, so we just created this with some plywood, and then we carpeted over the top of that, so we've got a really nice, neat finish at the back of the van. Round now to the side of the van. So this is where we have our 240 volt hookup fitted to the side of the van, and that wires directly in to where our cupboard is internally. Taking a closer look at the table then, so we have our little latches here that keep our table in place when we're driving, and this can now be taken easily off the back and round to the main part of the van. How this gets installed onto our cabinets. So the leg just folds out really quickly and simply, so that folds away. And from here we can easily attach the table now to the side of our shelving units. So the way that we did our cupboards, we have two layouts for the table. So the table can go here, or there's some other bars that we installed just above where the fridge is. And the good thing about this configuration is we can leave the table in this place now, and the rock and roll bed still fully slides out, so we can have the table there for a bit of extra usage when we're in bed. Also found these little handy cube boxes, so these are kind of doubling up as seats, but also really great storage in the van as well, so dual purpose. Just looking at the television bracket that we saw earlier on, so this is on some really simple little fixings which can slide around in different locations. They can just be tightened up really easily to get the perfect location for your television. And the television itself just slides onto the bracket. Once this is in place, you can get prime location, sat on the seats, and get a great view of the television. So I've put links to all of the materials and everything that I've used to pull together my self-build camper conversion. If you want to check out the channel, I've got full how-to videos which covers the whole process from start to finish. Thanks for watching the tour, hope to see you on other videos.